It's great to be here with you today. Thank you for being here with us. And also want to say welcome to those members who will be listening to these officer reports on our website later next week, or as soon as we can get those posted out there. So welcome to all of our members that are with us today. Well, as Katie has shared and Joy mentioned and Kenny has talked about, 2017 seems like it was a long time ago and it's behind us now. But as we look back at some of the major milestone results, the things that I think are really, really important to our members in terms of our performance, we did have a great year. And the performance was really strong. And when we compare ourselves to others in the utility business, particularly high-performing cooperatives, we continue to be in the top quartile for performance in key areas. The reason I think this happens is our employees truly live our motto, and that is nothing less than your very best to every day to every member, because the members own this cooperative. So we should give nothing less than our very best. And we live that out. And I think that's why we have an American Consumer Satisfaction Index score of 88. Let me give you a little perspective on that. That puts us in the top 5 utilities in America. The best performing cooperatives in America average 77 on this score. The investor-owned utilities average 73 to 75. 73 is where Duke Energy is. We're at 88. That puts us in the company of companies like Lexus, Amazon. We're actually a point or two above those, above companies that we all greatly respect and think a lot of and do business with. And so the regard that our members have for this cooperative and the relationship that we enjoy is because of the employees. The employees understand that our secret sauce is the love and care that we provide to our membership and the interest we have in serving them well. We regularly get letters from members saying, my power went out and your guy was here at 2:30 in the morning and 30 minutes after I called. And that amazes people. And I often ask linemen, what is it about that you're willing to do that and jump out of the bed, put your boots on, start your truck, find out what's wrong and fix it that quickly. And they'll say it's the joy of seeing people's lights come back on, because we know that they're happy again and that they feel safe again, or that in the wintertime in the mountains that they're warm, and because that's life-threatening if you lose power. Our reliability in 2017, the system average outage time improved by over 10% over the prior year. We're down in the 70s again, top quartile in the country, about 72 minutes on average across our whole company for average minutes outage time, which is an outstanding result. And when you run into our linemen, be sure and pat them on the back and say thank you to them for the commitment that they have to our members and to keeping the power on. Then several of our employees just went to the Department of Labor, North Carolina Department of Labor safety celebration, and all of our units either got gold or silver awards, which means that we're performing in safety at a level higher than other companies in North Carolina. And we're proud of that. You've heard that mentioned earlier as well, what it means to work in an electric cooperative that also owns a propane and heating oil subsidiary, and we're working around dangerous power or dangerous fuels every day. So emphasis on safety is critical to us, and we're very proud of the safety results that we're achieving. Joy mentioned another item that's really important, Katie did too, to you as members, are rates. Are we working hard to keep our costs down, to operate efficiently, to negotiate good contracts with power supply companies like Duke that provides our wholesale power? Are we working hard to do things that keep members' rates affordable and that keeps us from having to have too many rate increases? And the answer is yes. This time last year, I was telling you that we likely would have a 3% rate increase in 2018, primarily due to the coal ash costs that we're going to experience from Duke Energy. Today, I can tell you that we were able to say no rate increase in 2018, and as Joy said, our 5th consecutive year that we haven't raised rates because of the Tax Cut Act. The Tax Cut Act pretty much mitigated most of the coal ash cost increases. So we're going to be able to go another year without a rate increase. In a minute, I'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up. It's also been mentioned work smart, and just quickly I'll kind of explain a little bit. What we do is we challenge our employees through our strategic plan and our initiatives to work as smart as we can and look for ways to make us more efficient through ideas, through technology, or new and better ways of doing things. and to look at your job every day and say, are there things you are doing that's wasting time that we could improve, that maybe make us more efficient, or could irritate members less, just make ourselves better. And we count those, and we determine how much savings that we achieve through those work smart ideas. To date, we've saved members about $30 million cumulatively in that. And that's another reason that, with the reduced wholesale power costs, that we were able to do the rate reductions for 3 of the past 5 years. So as we look at the future, we're in a really significantly changing business model climate right now in the electric utility industry. People are becoming more interested in renewable energy. We're seeing a lot of discussion, a lot of people that are interested in solar, wind, and other renewable energies. And we see that our business model is going to change in the future. We won't be the same traditional electric utility, and that we're going to be more engaged. And I talked some about this last year at the annual meeting, to be the members' trusted energy advisor. So if you have an energy need or a concern or a question, that we're your first source. We're your consultant that you come to, and we work with you and help you to achieve the energy goals that you have. And that's something that's very important. We've created an energy solutions team here at the Cooperative. We have people that are very expert in different areas to work with and implement new programs, and we call it our Innovative Energy Solutions team. And we've rolled out programs like Community Solar. We set a record of selling out 4 community solar gardens in 10 months. We've developed a waiting list for the 5th one, and we're in the planning phases right now for putting up the 5th community solar garden. We've rolled out energy efficiency rebates, and we've given a number of those. We've started an Energy Saver loan program and recently partnered with Electel Cooperative Credit Union because members were saying they needed more money, longer terms, and lower interest. And we were able to achieve that through the credit union. We just rolled out Beat the Peak, which many of you have signed up for. We now have about 3,000 members who are getting text or emails that say we're expecting a peak demand for electricity today. If you can turn your lights off, reduce your air conditioning by raising the thermostat, don't cook in the house, different things that we can do. And Alan Merck and team estimated last week that members saved us about $150,000 in wholesale power costs by participating in this program. We can do that together as a cooperative membership and save ourselves money. And we're really proud of that, and very proud of the number of members that signed up so quickly for that. We've also expanded our offerings in our showrooms, and you've probably noticed that we have these nice new signs on the road, and we really never would have imagined what those signs would mean in the way of increased business. But our showroom sales, since we've installed the reader board signs at our districts, are up probably 40%, maybe even a little more. And we're having people come into the showrooms now that didn't know we were in the propane business or didn't know we had hearth products, didn't know we had these different products in our showrooms. So we're very proud of that. And the more that we can do there, the more we can achieve through these 2 for-profit subsidiaries, the more we can help reduce pressure on rates. And we have a strategic goal. Katie mentioned that we had about $2.2 million in benefit from RidgeLink and our propane and fuels operations last year. This year, with the colder first quarter, we're probably going to see closer to $3 million in benefit, and we've got a goal to grow that to $5 million by aggressively growing our dark fiber business and aggressively growing our propane and heating oil business. Now, $5 million, let me just put that in perspective. Katie said we had $11 million in margins last year, which is a good, solid number for us in order to be financially healthy, to retire capital credits, and to do all of the work that we need to do to keep the reliability and the system strong. If we can do $5 million of that through subsidiaries, that's almost half our margins that the members would not have to pay to keep the cooperative financially healthy out of their monthly electric bill. And that's exciting to me. It's exciting to all the employees and the senior leaders here at this cooperative. Finally, I'll talk a little bit about wholesale power costs because that's 60% of our cost structure for the cooperative. And some of the things that are happening there is you're certainly seeing, as Duke is our provider of wholesale power, Duke is moving away from coal. You're seeing them, when we first started working with Duke back in 2006, they were close to 50% coal. This year they're under 30%, and their natural gas resources are coming up significantly, as well as renewable resources. We have begun paying on coal ash. I've told you last year that our coal ash estimate for Blue Ridge was about $25 million. Fortunately, as I mentioned, the Tax Cut Act is going to mitigate most of that impact to us. To date, we've paid about $5 million to Duke, a little over $5 million in coal ash charges so far. And many of you are probably hearing about Duke's work with the North Carolina Utilities Commission, and the commission did agree for them to recover coal ash from their retail customers as well this past week. Another item that's really going to be important to us is investment in electric facilities. If you're up in the mountains, and you're going to see very soon us starting to build a new 230 kV line from Horse Gap over on Highway 163 down Idlewild Road. We'll be coming down through there. We've already talked to all the property owners. We're actually pouring foundations now for some of the bigger poles. The poles will start going up pretty soon, and we'll build all the way down to the Cranberry Spring Road down on 221 in there, our first phase. Second phase is we'll go from there over to Rutherwood in Watauga County. You won't see that line as much because it's kind of on the back side of the mountain, and all this is an existing corridor for transmission. No new corridor is required. And we're building that to a new 230 kV station in Watauga County across from Food Line. Altogether, this is the biggest project in the Cooperative's history. And we're building our bigger transmission lines to our load center, which is Watauga County. We have almost 30,000 members in Watauga County. And so that's our biggest load center. And we're also replacing a 50-year-old, actually a little older than 50-year-old line that has reached the end of its useful life. And so we're building the facilities to serve the members the next 50 years. But it's a $40 million project, and we have to start paying for that and depreciating that, and that could have some impact on our rates as we're studying into next year. We'll know more about that as we complete our analysis and work through all of the factors, including what's power costs going to do, what are our operating costs going to do, and what is this kind of an investment going to mean to us. Let me just wrap up by saying a couple of things. I am really pleased to see what's happening in our local communities with economic development. We're seeing lower and lower unemployment in our counties. We're seeing more and more better paying jobs coming in, and that's center to the purpose of this cooperative. We're very involved with every county in economic development and trying to bring in better jobs and giving our members higher paying jobs, better opportunities, and because it's a part of our purpose to make life better for the people of our membership and the communities that we serve. A couple of challenge areas is we're still running behind in new housing growth in our area. We're not seeing as many starter homes. We're not seeing as many market rate apartments. We're not seeing as many middle income homes being built. Our new housing rate's about 0.5% today. Contrast that pre-Great Recession, it was closer to 2%. We just have not come back yet to a growth rate in housing that we would like to see. Eventually, that will put a damper on economic development because the people who are having new jobs created here, they won't be able to find a home. So we've got to work on that. And we are continuing to work on that to make life better. Let me just mention, also announce to you today that we are going to break ground on August 2nd here at this property for a new corporate office headquarters. And those of you that are here today, let me invite you. You'll be hearing about this as well. We studied for a good period of time the possibility of renovating this almost 51-year-old building, and we ran into a lot of issues with that, primarily being the cost to build a new building. The cost to renovate this building was getting close to the cost of just building a new office. There were several things that we needed to achieve. One of those is we had an active tornado on the ground in Caldwell County in October of last year. Our employees started gathering in the basement room that we have for safety, but we couldn't bring our dispatchers and system operators and contact center down because members were calling and linemen were going out into the field to fix power lines that were being damaged. So we had a real safety issue that we had to leave those employees in harm's way. Our new building will have hardened rooms so that our critical people core to our operation can stay in place, answer member calls, send the linemen messages, and coordinate controls to our system. So that was very important. And then collaboration space. When you look at the next generation, and Kenny had mentioned, I've been here for 40 years, and we're beginning to bring in the next generation of employees. And they're going to be taking over. We're going to be handing the keys to the next generations that are coming, the younger folks. I can remember when I came here, we were taking over for the World War II generation, and now we're going to hand the keys over. And this group of people really like collaboration space. And collaboration is where people work together in teams a lot, and the new building will give us much more of that. So we're real proud about that. And in time interest, let me wrap up here and just say this again at the end. A really, really big thank you to all of the employees of this cooperative, all of our propane and fuels employees and our Ridgelink teams that work together, and just for the incredible results that you achieve. When I look at it, and as I've had an opportunity to look at this for a number of years, is our culture is based on a very strong value that we're here to serve other people. And we're here to always, every day, look at the best interest of our membership and to help people who are going through hard times and help people have better times is a big part of who we are. It's a very, very deep commitment. We honor, appreciate, and I even say love people. We love each other. We work as a family here, and I'm telling you, our secret sauce, that's the main ingredient in the secret sauce of this cooperative, is care for other people. And you put that, and people believe that and see that as a big part of your purpose to make life better, they'll give you 200%. And that's why we have the kind of results that we're celebrating today. Thank you very much.